Hi there, my name's Anna and I'm a physio and Pilates instructor at Animated Physio. Through our classes and in our postnatal recovery courses, we often get people asking us, what ab exercises and core exercises can I do that aren't just sit-ups? In our normal classes, quite a lot of people suffer with neck pain and find that sit-ups aggravate their neck pain. And in our postnatal classes, sometimes our clients have read around that crunches can make our abdominal separation or diastasis rectus worse, which isn't necessarily the case, but there are certainly other exercises you can do that aren't sit-ups that will work your stomach muscles and get them stronger and work them in that really nice, effective technique as well. So I'm going to show you a few of those exercises here. Okay, so our first exercise is our one leg stretch. We're going to add in our arms as well for this exercise. So arms are going to come up to the ceiling, shoulders back and down, back is neutral, cores engaged, and we're going to stretch away our opposite arm and opposite leg, then come back in and then switch sides, opposite arm and leg, and then come back in. Breathe out as we stretch away, and breathe in as you come back in. As we're stretching away, we're exhaling, drawing into those abdominals to keep that control around our lower back, around our pelvis as we're stretching and coming back in. So breathe out as we stretch, breathe in as you come back in, and that's our one leg stretch with our opposite arm reaches. For this exercise, we're going to come in and out of double tabletop, and we're going to start off in what we call an imprinted position. So we're going to tilt back through our pelvis and squash our lower back down into the mat. Keeping that lower back in contact with the mat, we're going to lift one leg up into single tabletop, which is a 90-degree bend at our hip and knee. Tighten those tummy muscles that little bit more as we lift our second leg up to meet it, keeping that lower back in contact with the floor. Then take our first leg down and then our second leg down. So you're breathing out as you lift your legs up, one at a time. Breathe in as you lower them down, one at a time. Really thinking about drawing into your belly button as we lift those legs up, controlling them down nice and smoothly. Try and do a few leading with one leg, and then you could switch over and do a few leading with the other leg, just to make sure you're keeping yourself nice and even there as well. Another good exercise is scissors. So we're in neutral spine for this one, so with a slight arch to our lower back. Our legs are going to come into double tabletop, so a 90-degree bend at both hips and knees. We're going to draw into those abdominals, and then we're going to move from our hip, tap one foot down to the mat, lift your knee back up, switch, tap your other foot down, lift back up. Breathe out as we tap, breathe in as we lift back up. Really drawing into those stomach muscles as you're moving through your hip, being mindful that our back doesn't arch any further off the mat than that neutral spine position. And we're trying to move from our hips rather than just bending our knees on this one to challenge those abdominals. So if you just bend your knee, that's going to make it easier, but it's not going to work quite as hard. So just tapping those toes down by moving from our hips, breathe out as you tap down, breathe in as you lift back up. Next, we're going to try our side bend exercise. This one works more our obliques, so our side abdominals. It's going to work those underneath side of our waist. So we're going to push through our elbow, keep our chest open, push our hips up, take our arm over, bring your arm back, lower your hips down. So breathe out as you lift up, breathe in as you bring your arm back, breathe out as you take your arm back, breathe in as you lower your hips down. Breathe out as you lift up, breathe in as you reach over, breathe out as you take our arm back, breathe in as you take our hips down. Then trying one on our hands and knees. So knees are under our hips, hands are under our shoulders. Tuck our toes under, backs in neutral, drawing into those abdominals. Breath in to prepare at the bottom. Breathe out as you hover our knees from the mat. Breathe in and hold. And then breathe out as you take your knees down nice and smoothly. Breath in at the bottom, nice and strong through those shoulders. Tighten those abdominals. Breathe out as you hover up. Breathe in and hold the hover. And breathe out as you take your knees down nice and smoothly. So this is one of our pull-in prone exercises, or I might call it our box hovers as well. And then thinking about incorporating standing exercises because we want our abdominals to work effectively when we're on our feet too. Let's try doing some heel raises with some overhead reaches, keeping that really nice control as we do so. So we're going to breathe out as we push up onto our toes, stretching our hands over our head, and breathe in as we lower back down. Breathing out as we stretch up, push up onto our toes, reach those fingertips up, and breathing in as we come back down. So as we reach our arms up, we're trying to keep that rib cage flat to our stomach, drawing into our abdominals, try not to let your back arch as we come into this one. So we're working on that control through our center as we push up and lower ourselves back down.